you wrap these up for me, King?
Sure.
I'll get my murder boots.
Jessica King. Since when do we do a straight-up homicide?
Since the chief wants us to.
We pissed him off on Seymour Keegan, that's when.
How drunk are you?
Not very at all. Could have called at 5 a.m. I was up. What else would I be doing?
Sleeping with your wife?
Yeah, maybe in the 90s.
Okay, look. Just keep your mouth shut. I don't want anyone getting a whiff of just whatever. I'll do the talking.
Well, that'll be different.
Celebrating or self-medicating?
The wife is filing for a divorce. Says I already bailed on her. She's just making it official. Got a kid I haven't seen in 15 years. Now I get to do it again with the second batch.
Detective Sergeant Jessica King.
Yes.
Dr. Robert Taft, president of the university.
Detective Sergeant Derek Spears.
Well, I'm encouraged that your department is making this case a priority.
Well, we're encouraged. You're encouraged.
Dr. Taft, homicide has the case. We're just here for support.
But Paul assured me.
Paul?
Chief Gracie. He assured me you were taking the lead in this case.
Well, we'll see. Is the crime scene down this way?
A hate crime would cause terrible repercussions on the campus.
What makes you think this is a hate crime, Dr. Taft?
A Muslim man has had his throat slashed.
How do you know he's had his throat slashed, sir?
Campus security called me. There's not much goes on here without me knowing about it. But the victim was Ahmed Khan, a brilliant member of our biochemistry faculty.
I'll need a list of that faculty, Spears.
We've had a few campus incidents, racial in nature.
Anything involving Mr. Khan?
Well, not to my knowledge.
Where were you last night?
At a banquet. A fundraiser for the university with 200 people. I'll need to be informed of any developments in this case.
Generally, we don't release information until we've completed the initial investigation.
Well, certainly, to the public.
You are the public, sir. Just a little better dressed. Call MK and Collier and get them to locate the next of kin. And find out what controversies Taft was going on about.
You don't need me in there.
No. Find some gum, drink some coffee, and don't breathe on anyone important.
What about Taft? He's important.
He's self-important. That's a big difference.
He knows the chief.
Clubby bastards.
He's on the police services board.
Taft?
Yeah, you knew.
Taft is the boss's boss.
One of them, he's on the board.
Explains why Gracie dragged us out of bed or bar or whatever. Okay. First day of the rest of my life.
One cut, severed the carotid, staggered around as he bled to death from the looks of the pattern.
What a mess.
Rabbits tracked through the blood.
Like something out of Watership Down.
We had to double some of them up when we put them back in the cages.
Ooh, you know what that means?
More rabbits.
Yeah, then wars, police states, dystopian bunny farms. Murder weapon?
Take your pick.
What about these boot prints?
Uniforms, chasing rabbits mostly.
Yeah, early stages of rigor. How do you figure time of death between 8 p.m. and midnight?
Yeah.
No defense wounds. Maybe our killer came in close, struck our guy before he knew what happened.
Well, either way, all of this mess happened after his throat was cut.
Any Bible verses written in blood?
No,
Copies of the Quran desecrated?
not so far.
University president thinks this is a hate crime.
Most murders are.
What about records for the keycard lock?
Yeah, I'm on it.
So who found the body?
Jeffrey, Demers? Campus security.
What time did you discover the body, Jeffrey?
Like 1:30 in the morning. The time will be on the keycard log and the 911 call.
Was he breathing? He move at all?
There's blood everywhere. He was dead.
How'd you cut yourself?
I don't know. I went to check his pulse. There's glass on the floor. It's all kind of a blur.
Is that your blood?
I guess. I don't know. Are you a homicide detective?
Sometimes. Major Crimes Task Force.
How do you get used to it?
You don't. Hey, we need his clothes, pictures of the cut on his hand, and a blood sample, okay? Mm-hmm. Hey, you guys got a mint, gum, anything?
Take a look. Hey, boss.
Hey, Collier.
School records. They've got a sister, Anusha Khan, listed as next of kin.
Okay, you and MK can do the funeral call.
Oh,
What?
Well, I've never done
Not
that.
for everything, Collier. Don't give any details, tell her you're sorry for her loss, then find out what she knows. Gotta go. I'm Detective Sergeant Jessica King. Can I help you?
It's not true, is it? He's not.
Do you work in the lab?
Miss Dr. Annette Hall. Can I? No, he's not. Daddy can't.
Why don't we move back here? It's more private. Never done the funeral call?
No, I've never shot anyone either. It doesn't make me any less of a cop.
Don't get defensive.
I'm not defensive. I didn't say that I... Okay, look. It's from... was in high school.
Wait, I forgot my keys.
Lynn Miller calls me, tells me her sister Kate was shot in a convenience store holdup, killed.
Wow, how old were you?
17. You know what I did when I heard? I laughed.
People frequently have extreme reactions to traumatic news.
She was shot in the neck.
And you laughed.
I have no idea why.
That's why you don't want to do the funeral call? You're afraid you're going to laugh?
I might.
You won't laugh, Collier.
I really, maybe.
You won't. Getting the news is one thing, but giving it... You see something drain out of people. You won't feel like laughing.
When did you see Ahmad last?
In the lab, around 9. I stuck my head in to say goodnight.
Anyone else there?
No. He's a bit of a night owl.
How many people use the
Been
lab?
doing incredible work.
Annette?
The project team, of course. Ahmad and myself, Dr. Telson, and a few graduate students are assisting.
Dr. Telson?
Our department chair. He doesn't usually get in till 10ish. I'm the early bird. Somebody should call John. They've probably called him, right?
I'll find out. You need a key card to access the lab, correct?
That's right. How are the rabbits?
Looked fine. Still fluffy?
They're very sensitive. Even the slightest change in temperature can upset our baselines. I know I sound cold, but our project meant a lot to Ahmad.
What kind of work are you doing?
The bioscaffold experiments designed to regenerate damaged tissue in vivo.
Okay.
Using the body's own stem cells to repair cartilage from the inside. No transplants. Ahmad used to say we were building a better bunny.
I'm sorry. That was...
Building a better bunny?
They're developing a technology that allows knees to fix themselves.
Osteoarthritis is a billion-dollar industry.
2 knees. It's twice as much money as making, say, self-repairing noses.
Hey, what was the name of that security guard you interviewed?
Jeffrey Denmers. Stuff's at the lab.
We need to find John Telson. The chief of the department plays hooky the day his research partner gets murdered.
Did you release Denmers?
Yeah, wasn't feeling it.
Hey, Collier, how did it go with Ahmad's sister, Anusha Khan?
Didn't laugh.
Okay, good start.
Tried to build a rapport, spoke a little Arabic.
Okay, Iranians are Persians, not Arabs. And that's kind of like assuming a Canadian is an American.
Yeah, that's probably why it didn't go so well. She's downstairs in the basement, wants to talk to you, pretty angry. She wants her brother's body back, like today. Religious grounds?
This, Jeffrey Denmers? This was taken during a protest from the Muslim Student League when the university took away their prayer room.
Hey, what happened to Damaris' stuff?
It was cleared out when we got back from the funeral call.
Did she stop by when we were in the field?
Okay, I'll give her a call.
Guys, you need to check this out.
You weren't feeling it. Bring Mr. Demers in.
How's your hand, Jeffrey? Okay? Good. Okay, so your keycard log shows you checking the building between 9 and 10 p.m. Any other people around?
Dr. Telson, he was just leaving when I went in, like usual. And Dr. Hall, she was coming down from the lab.
When was that?
9:30.
The key log says you didn't enter the lab until 1:17 a.m. when you discovered the body.
I looked in the window earlier, on my rounds, 9 to 10. I didn't use my security card.
So you physically didn't go in.
I saw Mr. Khan working. I didn't want to bug him.
So you knew Ahmad Khan?
Not really.
Seemed pretty close in this photo.
I was just doing my job.
Ahmad wrote a letter of complaint. You know about that, right? Why didn't you tell me you knew him?
Islam requires that Ahmad's burial take place within 24 hours.
I'm sorry, Anusha, that's just not possible. We need to perform an autopsy.
Will you call my parents in Tehran? And tell them that not only has their son been murdered, but that you are desecrating his body as well.
Nobody's desecrating.
Ahmad's throat was cut. Why do you need an autopsy to confirm that?
I understand that this is difficult.
And I understand you have a job to do. But Ahmad's my responsibility. My parents had just completed an engagement. We were going back.
An arranged marriage? How did Ahmad feel about
It was a
that?
fact of life that he accepted.
Anusha, was Ahmad ever a member of the Muslim Student League at the university?
No, Ahmad, he kept his faith discreet.
Then can you explain that photograph?
The protest. Ridiculous. The university taking away the only space for Muslim prayer due to budget cuts.
I thought that you said your brother...
Ahmad was walking by and stopped to hear the speeches. Some racist security guards started harassing him. He said he was made to feel like a criminal.
Did the security guard threaten Ahmad?
I don't know. No.
Did they have any further run-ins?
What is the point of all this? Nothing you do, nothing is going to bring him back. I need to take Ahmad home. Now.
I'm sorry.
I will not leave this building without my brother's body.
Then we're going to have to find you someplace more comfortable, aren't we?
You say you discovered the body at 1:17 a.m. Then what?
I called 911.
911 logged your call at 1:36 a.m. 20 minutes to check a pulse? Did you kill Ahmad Khan, Jeffrey?
No.
Tell me what happened.
I saw the body. And at first I was okay. Then this rabbit jumped out from behind the counter and scared the hell out of me. I slipped in the blood. I fell right on the body. I think I screamed. I cut my hand trying to get up. I knocked the rabbit cage over. There were rabbits everywhere.
So that's a minute and a half. What about the rest of the time?
I sat on a stool. Just sat there. Trying to get my breath, trying not to pass out. I couldn't stop crying. Then I called 911. All my life, all I've ever wanted was to be a cop. I knew that if I told you, and after this, you guys, you're not... I'm never gonna be a police officer, am I?
So we're just letting her stay in there?
It's a custom.
What is? Letting victims' families have a sleepover in a soft interrogation room?
The 24-hour thing, it's not Islamic law, it's a custom. Sounds like Ahmad lived a pretty secular life, and Anusha, she's not exactly the picture of a submissive fundamentalist sister. I mean, see her shoes?
No. But she's doing all of this for her parents, isn't she?
Yeah, maybe.
People find religion pretty quick when someone dies.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I give up. What am I missing?
Anusha's pretty much ready to chain herself to my desk until we give her the body. What doesn't she want us to know? Call the lab and put a rush on the autopsy report.
It's not Mom's fault. No, it's not. This is something we decided together. Sweetie, listen, we both love you just the same as ever, okay? I can't come home. I don't know when. Abby, please, just... Abby, stop.
Cross-reference the key card logs, everything checks out. I'm just on my way to tell Spears.
Text him.
Isn't he just in the break room? I can just...
No, just text him. I think he needs a private moment.
Okay, anything wrong?
What else you got?
Dr. Telson has surfaced.
Covered in blood, holding a blade, screaming, "I murdered Ahmad Khan"?
No.
Then I guess I should talk to him.
When he's at the university, says he'll wait for you there.
Keep a uniform on him till I get there.
You running interference for me now?
Thought you might need a minute.
I'm okay.
Didn't say you weren't.
Oh, nice to know you care.
Didn't say that either.
My kid, daughter, she's... You know, they say kids are better off. We're fighting all the time.
They say that.
Well, it's bull. She wants us both there.
You're still gonna be there.
And if my wife gets her way.
She wants the kids to pick sides.
See, if I fight it, it'll just get worse.
What can you do?
I could drink more.
Do you find police traditions, divorce and drinking?
Don't forget about screwing around.
How could I forget about that?
Right.
I'm going back to the U.
Okay.
Hey, Damaris, call me back. You sneak into the office to clear out your desk. You don't even say goodbye. Then a recess, girl. I'm just saying.
Detective,
Oh, Dr. Hall.
the rabbits.
The rabbits.
Your evidence people are still working in the lab. We haven't been able to look after them properly.
Don't worry, they're looking after your rabbits.
These aren't pets. Tossing them a carrot isn't going to do it. Your people have no idea what needs to be done.
My murder investigation takes priority over your experiment.
Why should this be a conflict? Unless you're suggesting the lab animals participated in Ahmed's murder.
Dr. Hall.
Annette.
Annette.
If it's a problem, please call President Taft. We are at a crucial stage.
I will check with IDENT. Maybe we can get you in there.
I promise I won't interfere with their work.
Annette, would you mind giving us your fingerprints? It'll help us eliminate the prints we left in the lab.
Of course. Anything I can do to help.
Professor Telson, how long did you know the victim?
I was Ahmed's grad advisor before he joined the faculty. We've worked together for years. He was an exceptionally gifted young man.
Did Ahmed have any enemies that you know of?
No. Everyone loved Ahmed. He was devoted to science. Everyone liked him, everyone.
Where were you this morning?
I went for a walk.
Instead of coming to work?
My wife and I had a fight this morning.
About?
Personal.
And last night at 1:30 a.m.?
Driving.
Driving.
Yeah.
Personal. Okay. Dr. Tellison, this is a murder investigation, so I suggest you be a little more
Are
forthcoming.
you saying that I need a lawyer?
I don't know. Have you done something illegal? Jessica King?
Just got off the phone with the lab. Ahmad Khan's anal swab showed semen. Ahmad was gay.
I'll call you back. If you want to call counsel, that changes things, so I should go. I'll need to get all the paperwork lined up for the warrants, phone records, bank statements, DNA sample. I've got a lot of digging to do. Pass that on to your lawyer.
Wait. My marriage is... my wife and I... It's been difficult. And now this. I'm finding it very hard. I'm sorry.
Was Ahmad in a romantic relationship?
He was recently engaged to be married, I know that.
To a woman in Iran. What about here? Anyone?
No girlfriend, not that I know.
I was thinking boyfriend. Ahmad was gay. He never mentioned that to you?
We were colleagues. We didn't talk about his personal life.
How long did you work together?
4 years.
In a lab, with rabbits, late at night. He never said anything about
I
it?
know he was, there was some ambivalence about the situation. His parents had made the marriage.
Dr. Telson, would you object to giving us a saliva sample so we can eliminate you as a match?
I didn't kill Ahmad Khan.
But did you kiss him?
My parents wanted to know why you would deny us our honor, our dignity.
Well, you can tell them that we don't have a choice. This is how it goes for everyone.
One size fits all.
Yes, it's the way the law works. So, Anusha, we know that Ahmad had a lover. We just need to confirm
You think I will help you bring more shame on my family?
Well, no, I don't think that there's any shame in being...
Hello, I'm from Iran.
Yes, and I know that in Iran, being gay can be seen
A
as...
death sentence.
Yes, but...
But
this
that's
is-
okay, though, because my brother's already dead.
No, yes, but no, that's not what I was...
Just say it. Whatever you're trying to say, just spit it out.
I understand. I think that I understand what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to take my brother's body for burial.
No, you are trying to protect your family and yourself.
Now you're going to analyze me?
If your family finds out that Ahmad is homosexual, they're going to blame you. And not because his sexuality is your fault or anyone's fault, or that being gay is... But because you're the only one left to blame, is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you. I feel much better now.
Now, some of my fellow investigators might see that as being a motive.
Of course. An honor killing.
To save your family the shame, they might think that.
Your fellow investigators, but you don't think this?
No.
Because some of your best friends are Muslims.
No, I don't see you doing this, okay? I don't have any friends that are Muslim.
Really?
Not that I wouldn't be willing, Okay. Look. You talk a lot about honor and dignity. Just honor your brother. Give him dignity in death. I mean, you knew him better than anyone. You loved him. Anusha, you help us find his killer.
He slept with Professor Telson. But Ahmad was going through with his own marriage.
Telson said he and Ahmad had sex around 8:30, and Ahmad went back to the lab. Telson left the building. That doesn't change the timeline.
Any alibis?
Telson was driving, the wife Marge, home alone.
They both have motive.
I know what hers is.
Jealous. Yeah, but what about his?
Why murder your lover and the star of your research team?
They had sex, they seemed to be getting along.
Could have been angry sex.
So long, goodbye, I'm going back to Iran to get married sex?
Hate crime to crime of passion less than a day. That was fast.
Now I remember why I loved homicide. Bring Margaret Telson in.
Detective King.
Dr. Telson.
This is my wife, Margaret.
Mrs. Telson, thank you for coming. Right this way. And you're welcome to stay here, or there's a little hungry, there's a little sandwich joint, not far.
Okay, I thought that...
Oh, no, we just need to speak to Mrs. Telson at the moment. Okay, thanks. Do you know why you're here?
Not entirely.
What did your husband tell you?
Not much.
How well did you know Ahmad Khan?
We were acquainted.
Do you know, for example, that he's your
I
husband?
do, yes. He just told me. Thank you for this.
You had no idea?
Oh, I suspected for some time that there was an affair. I just didn't know that it was with another man.
No one likes to be betrayed.
I don't like being played for a fool.
What time did your husband come home last night?
No idea. I was asleep.
Did he tell you where he was?
If he had, would it have been the truth?
What about you, Mrs. Telson? What did you do last night?
Watched Bull Durham.
Alone?
Yes. Completely. Entirely alone. One day, you're trying to save your marriage. The next, it appears you're a murder suspect. Who knew?
Saw Margaret Telson's interview. Wow, ice in her veins, huh?
He put it there.
They're not exactly Lord and Lady Macbeth, but...
Yeah, I've got MK doing backgrounds on both of them, and Annette Hall.
What about the sister?
Collier doesn't think so.
Collier. We're banking on his instincts now?
I'm also running the MO through the system. It could be a stranger murder. It could be...
Jeffrey Denvers?
A security guard scared by a bunny rabbit.
Not feeling it? We'll go for a drink?
Hey.
Damn, I was hoping we'd have time to have dinner.
I got my weekly tonight, babe.
Wait, what? I thought that was last night.
No, last night was the birthday thing for Kat, remember?
Do you guys ever do anything except play cards?
What? That's low. I gotta go.
No, cancel. Stay home. You can order Indian food, and I don't know.
I can't. It's my weekly, Jess.
When do I get my weekly?
Don't wait up.
Jessica King. Hey, Spears, what's up? Sure. Nope. Yeah, why not? Where are you?
Hey, love.
Jessica King? Good morning, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. I was the chief. I gotta get to work.
Take 10 minutes.
2 minutes for what? Like that'll fix anything. I gotta go. Got in late last night.
Well, I got the day off, so... What'd you do last night?
Had a couple glasses of wine, went to bed.
Yeah, I heard Spears' wife kicked him out.
Yeah, it's ugly, especially with the kids and everything.
So what's the story there? Is he screwing around or what?
Don't know, don't care.
Dr. Khan was awarded the biggest research grant the biochemistry department has ever received. But he's dead. If the project loses Telson as well, the council could cut funding.
Mr. King, you remember Robert Taft from the university?
Sure, good morning.
Dr. Taft would like an update.
Broad strokes are fine.
Okay. No trace evidence, no witnesses, no weapons. On the plus side, it's a secure lab. Narrows it down.
I gather Ahmed Khan and John Telson were having an affair.
Looks like it.
Well, I can deal with the affair. It's a matter of a formal reprimand. But did John Telson kill Ahmed Khan?
Robert, she can't do that.
If charges are pending, I need to be prepared. Margaret Telson called me last night. She's devastated.
Marriage, eh? Devastation comes with the territory.
You're certainly not making it any easier on her.
I interviewed Mrs. Telson in connection with a murder, sir. That's bound to be more uncomfortable than faculty lunch.
Thank you, Detective King.
Paul? Anytime. Taft is on the board. I'd appreciate if you could at least appear to make an effort to keep the arrogant bastard involved. Get this done.
Yes, sir.
We'll both be back in the phone room.
Annette Hall changed her name. What? I confirmed her master's and her PhD, but there's no trace of her getting PSC, which is weird because she's supposed to be this big scientist.
Okay.
So I went digging. Turns out Annette Hall used to be Anne-Marie Holloway. Changed it legally in 1993. Before that, her record's blank.
Do we know why she changed her name?
I think so. 20 years ago, her brother Brian Holloway was shot and killed.
Brian Holloway was a piano prodigy. Got accepted into Juilliard a couple of months before he killed himself.
Put a gun to his head and pulled the trigger.
Any evidence it wasn't suicide?
No son struggle. He suffered from severe migraines. Theory was he couldn't take it anymore.
And Annette found him?
Anne-Marie.
Whatever.
Mother was out, Anne-Marie was watching TV, said she heard a shot.
So she changed her name.
I think it's worth looking into.
You think Anne-Marie Annette Holloway Hall is a double murderer? Is her mother still around?
She is.
Okay, bring her in. Hey, call her, get in touch with Anusha, let her know that Ahmed's body is going to be released later this morning.
Thank you.
It was just over 24 hours. I'm sorry that we couldn't do it quicker.
I need to go home.
Okay, well, I can arrange a car.
No. I need to go home. Ahmad made his own life here. He chose who he would love. Look what it got him.
What, there's no murders in Iran? Sorry, just a lot of people choose who they're gonna love, and it all works out for them, so. You know, if you don't have anyone that you can call, I can take a day off work. Might be good if you have some company.
That would not be appropriate.
Right.
But thanks.
Okay. I'll arrange a car.
He played for the church choir when he was 9 years old. And he was studying in Toronto by the time he was 12. So gifted.
When did the migraines start?
When he was 13, it was terrible. But not just the pain. He couldn't play for 2 or 3 days sometimes. He hated losing that time.
But he was accepted into Juilliard.
Yes, there was enough money from his father's insurance to send him. And then it went to Anne-Marie's education when Brian died.
Were Anne-Marie and Brian close?
She was very proud of her brother. I think that's when I lost her.
Lost her?
I can understand. It's very painful.
Why did Anne-Marie change her name?
I think she felt she didn't have any family anymore.
And she had you?
I wasn't enough. We were never... Maybe she was starting over.
Mrs. Holloway, this is a very difficult question, but do you think that Anne-Marie would be capable of killing her brother? Mrs. Holloway.
Well, when Brian died, I was a wreck, and she handled everything. The funeral, the flowers, and all that time she kept her grades up. She was the strong one.
What's the motive?
She's jealous. Here she is, this brilliant girl, and all her mother can see is her brother, his music, his migraines, all the money for his education. She has nothing.
Your Tourette's acting up or what, Diggs?
Derek Spears?
Yeah.
You've been served.
Tried to warn you.
Thanks. Divorce papers. Must have them ready and waiting. So, 25 years later, along comes Ahmad Khan, leapfrogs past Annette and lands the lead position on a research team and screws the chair.
Deja vu all over again. Hey, all right?
Well, this, yeah. You know, last night was the first night in 12 years I didn't have to explain where I was.
Come here. I'm married.
Good for you.
I've been where you are twice. Things get crazy.
Yeah, I know. I've been here too.
What are you doing? Let's go.
So we're not gonna have an issue.
We tipped a few last night. I cry on your shoulder. Now it's an issue.
Just
The
saying.
contrary to what you may believe, everything is always about you.
Who's getting called?
Annette Hall did it, but we can't prove it, so what do we do?
Chalk it up as solved, no charges laid.
This woman is a true narcissist. Thinks the world revolves around her.
Well, condition's not as rare as you'd think.
Twice she's been pushed out of the spotlight. Same problem, same solution, both times.
She got away with it once, she's on track to get away with it again.
I'm sure as hell can't put her in the box and expect her to crack. There's gotta be something.
If Ahmad's a star, how could she be so sure that the research project's going to continue without him?
There you go. Good work, Collier.
No problem.
Dr. Taft! You'll be pleased to know that we have eliminated you as a suspect.
Beg your pardon?
Your alibi checked out. Turns out you were at that Bun Fest.
I'm glad to hear it.
Chief Gracie has asked me to keep you involved.
Informed.
I'm now asking you to get involved. You want to keep your big fat grants so the big fat pharmaceuticals buy your research and make your university rich, right? Then you're gonna have to help us. What's up, Doc?
Everything seems to be back on track. None of our assessments have been compromised.
Dr. Hall, I have some bad news. I'm going to have to ask for Dr. Telson's resignation.
Oh, no.
Normally, his affair with Dr. Khan wouldn't be grounds. But with the murder and the scandal, I won't have the grant put at risk.
I understand. We can carry on. I can manage with the remainder of the team.
No. I'm taking you off the project. I've been in touch with Dr. Sorensky at U of M, and we're forming a joint venture.
We're gonna have to take a couple of these guys back to forensics. We need a more extensive analysis of the blood spatter.
Wait, that'll jeopardize the data.